to go crazy, like I tell people, I signed up to be celebrated, all of us, to be honest. 30 years in the game, that's what it should have been. There are so many things that I don't understand about editing and just how everything is kind of transpired. So all I can say is I signed up to sing. I signed up for good stuff, and it ended up not being that. And I just wish I never would have signed up for this, Text about Sound Exchange. She acted like she didn't know what I was talking about. So I'm not gonna do too much. They had proof. They thought it was you and everything.
Hello everyone, welcome to this edition of Vow. I'm your host as always, Kid Dix here. Glad you can join us here on Vow as we talk about Xscape sisters LaTocha Scott and Tamika Scott. Yes, the sisters once were reunited when they were singing in a group called Xscape. Now, due to this new reality show, Xscape, and the SWV Queen R&B reality show, now we're getting a deep dive look at between LaTocha and Tamika's messy drama unfolding in our eyes. We'll get to that in a minute. But first thing first, join in the conversation using the hashtag Viral here on Connect. And don't forget to subscribe. Subscribing is caring. Tell a friend, call a friend, hit that subscribe button so you won't miss a thing. We can talk about legendary singers, Xscape sisters, LaTocha and Tamika Scott. Yes, throughout the Bravo series, reality show series, both sisters came together beforehand to divide the group, and they was united. Now comes new information that Tamika believes that LaTocha and her husband, Rocky, are swindling her money and stealing her money, and she wants answers. Let's look back at what happened with this.
I am a human being. You don't want to come and do me like this. It is not cut the cameras off. Get out of my house. My mom was angry because I revealed something that no one knew. Not even my own daughter knew. Lord Jesus. Yes, ma'am. Talk with your mama. Mama, I gotta go. Mama, and for you to sit there and act like you didn't know Tasha stole my money from me. You know this, and I was pregnant with our money when this happened. Tamika, you know this, Mama. I gotta go. Let me go. I see you right. I gotta go. Oh, baby, she deserved an Academy Award. She came with some bull ass. She was awesome. You know she was on some bull ass Ocean. You know that. I was really praying that it didn't get to this point. I've been going through this my whole life. And guess what I said? What? I brought up the incident when she and Rocky took my money. Oh, Lord. To have my mom sit there and take up for my sister like she always does. It took me back to when my sister and her husband stole my royalties. And my mom defended them. And I did not mean to take it there, but when you keep poking at something, that something is going to explode. And I did. I told my mom, and she was like, well, you don't know what she was going through at the time. Maybe she needed the money. I was pregnant with our money. And my daughter Ocean was in college at the time. But she might have needed the money. When I walked in, I was actually happy to see her. But baby, that person that was on that couch that I talked to, I'm your sister. You don't body shame people. I don't know who that was. Hey, babe.
What's up, baby?
Tamika, making the case point clear. She went through all the media rounds and stuff. Let's look back at what Tamika had said throughout social media to get the answer she needed to know, did her sister steal her money? And what else her sister and her husband done to capitalize on her money? Let's take a look.
What's up for Sound Exchange?
Well, I signed Xscape, every one of them, up for Sound Exchange. And I sent all the paperwork. And Tamika, I did LaTocha, everybody. And Tamika told me when we filled out the paperwork, she was living in New York then, and I still have the paperwork, and I filled it out, and I put it. Her address was all in New York and everything. Tamika, my Tamika had gotten her checks, and it was a pretty big check then. I'm thinking it was like close to $20,000 the first time. They got a lot of checks though, and Tamika said, "I didn't get my checks." And I said, "Well, you should have." I said, "Because Tamika's gotten several checks already." And so we called up to Sound Exchange. Me and Tamika was on the line, and we talked to, this guy's name was Joe Mo Grady.
Miss Diane already explained to everybody that she signed all of us up for Sound Exchange.
And he talked to Tamika, and she asked him questions about her checks, and he told her that her checks were going to Hampton, Georgia. And so after that, she said, "Well, I live in New York. How did this happen?" And he sent her copies of the checks. I mean, I just sent copies. He said something about your sister and Rocky, or Edward Bivens, because I really didn't know Rocky's name.
Right, he said Edward Bivens cashed your checks. But how was I supposed to get my money back?
The only way you could get your money back is you had to prosecute them. And you said, "I don't want to do that."
Once we did do the investigation, well, they did. They sent information. Someone sent in, which was my sister, and I will be showing that in a second. She changed the contract and put her name on the contract, saying that she was my manager. And you're going to see that in a second. And then they put they sent my passport. It was a lot of stuff.
And he talked to Tamika, and she asked him questions. They had proof. They thought it was you and everything. But there's only reason that you couldn't get your money back is you would have to prosecute them.
No one has a reason to lie. And you're going to see with the receipts. And if it wasn't for Miss Diane, none of us, me, Candy, my sister, Tiny, nobody would have gotten these checks from Sound Exchange. If it wasn't for you finding out about that royalty,
my husband with the TAMs, I signed them up, and that's how I found out about it. And our business managers in New York told me about it. So that's kind of how I knew about Sound Exchange.
Thank you for doing that, because we're still getting checks today.
That's good.
Somehow, my information was changed and sent to Sound Exchange. Now, when my sister was asked about Sound Exchange, she acted like she didn't know what I was talking about. So I'm not going to do too much.
They had proof. They thought it was you and everything.
But I will clear my name. I will show you a few pieces of evidence that shows how they went in and they changed my address to their address. How they changed my email. Everything that Miss Diane did was changed by my sister, LaTocha Scott. I will give you evidence. Now, the misconception is the $30,000. It wasn't one check. It was multiple checks. It wasn't just one. So I was very nice. I was being very nice to say that only $30,000 was stolen from me. I was very nice to say only $30,000 was taken from me, stolen from me rather. So, you want your apology? How about I give them proof what you did? Just a little bit, not a lot. I'm not trying to bury you, but I will clear my name.
Well, Tamika has a theory and has one point out that she cleared up. Well, LaTocha came on throughout her came on through media outlets and tried to vehemently deny the claims that she would then steal from her sister, her and her husband. Let's look at what LaTocha has said with this.
That I'm a mean girl or that I'm a thief. You know, even with this $30,000 allegation from my sister, of which I've always wanted clarity since day one. I've called, I've reached out, I've sent voice messages, like to try to get clarity, because you're talking about something that happened 10 years ago that I know nothing of. And I'm finding out and seeing. So my thing is was this for a storyline or is this real life? Because in real life, me and my sister, we talk. And you're talking about 10 years ago, and I'm calling you, and if somebody accuses you of something, they should be able to talk to you about it. It's not even about the $30,000. It's about having my sister back. Like, I'll give you that. But they do need to talk to me. So I don't want to hear from somebody. You're talking to everybody else outside of me. Talk to me. I'm your sister.
And let me tell you something, you keep saying that. You keep reaching for her because I had something like that happen too. And I had people around me that said, you know what? If you getting up with her on your heart and her on your mind, you get up and you call her. So it don't matter who's the biggest sister, the older sister, or what. That's your sister, that's your family, that's your blood. Get it together. Get it together.
Yeah, I've been quiet for a long time, and I think the misconception.
Now, y'all know we just fun and we just do information and stuff. Information and praise, uplift, or whatever. Now, we don't do a whole lot of controversial interviews and stuff, but we got one this morning. But we happy to have because most people avoid controversy like myself. I wouldn't go in but she wants to tell LaTocha Scott is on with us this morning. Y'all give her a big round of applause. And LaTocha, thank you for coming this morning.
For sure.
But
it's family. I mean,
Let's go. We are so happy to have you, and thank you for taking this interview. Unplanned and at the last minute, gracing us with your presence. You are a legend. And let's get into it, LaTocha. You know Brett, Gary, Maria, Rock T, Special K.
What's up, y'all?
What up,
Hey, everybody in the building. What's up, Brett? What's up?
Right, so a lot has been said out there in the media about you, and you and your sister Tamika, and we want to clear things up. From your perspective, what happened and where did it start?
I'm not sure. Once we started to film, everything started to go crazy. Like I tell people, I signed up to be celebrated. All of us, to be honest, 30 years in the game, that's what it should have been. There are so many things that I don't understand about editing and just how everything is kind of transpired. So all I can say is I signed up to sing. I signed up for good stuff, and it ended up not being that. And I just wish I never would have signed up for this, to be honest. And with my sister, she's always going to be my sister. That's my family. We go through highs and lows, and everybody got peaks and valleys. It's just right now we're going through it in the public eye. And I just ask that people would allow us to do that without judgment and allow us to be sisters and figure this out, so.
So now, LaTocha, this year, you know who this is, so I ain't got to introduce myself to you.
You do.
But LaTocha, we've been following the show, SWV and Xscape and what have you and stuff. And the madness has been going back and forth with you and Tamika with the $30,000 alleged that you're supposed to have taken from her and your husband, Rocky. So my thing is, did y'all take the money? And I know you said in a report that, to get your sister back, you would give her back the money. And $30,000 is not that much money, especially with you and Rocky. So my thing is, did y'all take the money? Did you cash the check?
I never said give something back. I said I wanted my sister back.
Oh, you know,
I said if it takes $30,000 to bring us back, then I would. That's what I said. But no, it's a very delicate situation. And no, we didn't steal anything from her. No, we did not.
Why is she saying that? Why is she saying that?
That's a good question.
Because there was a video where she actually had the accountant on, and the lady showing the receipts.
There was an accountant on?
That was Lil Tamika mama.
Oh, okay, no, she's
the white lady.
Yeah, that's Lil Tamika mama.
That's no, she's not.
That's Tiny Mama.
That all the checks went to you and your husband.
That's not true.
So one thing that Tamika's mama said was that she alleged that you and Rocky changed the address to your apartment in New York versus her house in Hampton. Did that happen?
First of all, my sister didn't live in New York, and no. All of us would stand with my mother, but no.
Well, she said she didn't know who Edwin or Edward Bivens it was, and she found out that was your husband.
Okay, well, everybody knows it's not true.
Everybody know what's not true.
Edward Bivens, come on now.
Oh, I don't know his name.
Okay.
I know his name.
Well, she does.
Oh. Well, let me just interject and say what I've been saying the whole time. Even when Candy, Tasha, and Tiny came on Dish Nation, I've been around y'all since I was kids, and what I do know to be true is no matter what you did or said when we was little, your sister would definitely take your side, whether you was right or wrong.
And vice versa.
And I guess that's how sisters do, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But it was, so that made it like 2 against 2, and it made it, because to me, you always seem like the person everybody had to listen to, I guess because you was the oldest. But Candy always seemed to be the one that was hurt and slighted because they had to take your side and follow what you said do.
You said Candy was hurt and slighted?
Yeah, slighted because everybody took your side because you kind of was the leader of the group.
Right, but on what, in what instance can you say that about?
Remember we used to be on tour and stuff like years ago. Just Candy would just always seem like she would be sad. Just I don't know, different instances. Like, we was on tour for a long time. We did a lot of stuff together back in the day when we was kids.
I don't remember her being sad though.
Really?
No.
Oh, I think I've seen her be sad a lot and kind of like down.
And are you saying that that's because of me, Brett?
I'm saying because they took your side most of the time. It seems like. Because even if you wasn't right or if you was wrong, your sister would always take your side, and you was like the leader of the group back then. Was you not like the leader back then?
Well, at the end of the day, that's my sister, and most times when you have a sibling, that's the bond that you have. It's not so much as trying to bully anybody. It's just that's how we were brought up. That's the bond. As far as me being the leader, I've always been that person who when it comes down to it. Musical, making sure everybody was on their notes and stuff like that. So when you're speaking, I don't know what instance you're speaking about, but
okay. Well, I'm just speaking from what I did witness about her being like sad and stuff.
I'm sorry to hear that.
All right, y'all. We got
sad.
I think she said that. I actually rewatched the other show. What's the other one y'all did before this one? And I think she was like almost crying, saying, "How could you not see when she was sad? She was sad all the time, and she felt attacked all the time, or something like that."
Oh, okay. Well, no, I don't remember that. I remember her saying that she felt like we didn't have a bond, she and I.
Right.
But not that she was sad all the time. This is my first time hearing that.
Okay.
All right, y'all. We got LaTocha Scott in with us this morning. We got more questions. Big show with Xscape and SWV going on, all of the stuff and the confusion about the money, the checks, the affairs, the tapes. Whole lot more stuff coming up. You don't want to miss it. Ricky Smiley Morning Show.
All right, we have LaTocha Scott here with us this morning. Of course, she has a brand new gospel album, and we do want to talk about that. But continuing this conversation, and LaTocha, we want to thank you for your time because, this was kind of spontaneous. But my question to you, LaTocha, is, I went to your Instagram, heard your beautiful new gospel record, and you sound amazing. You look amazing.
Thank you.
What would you like to see happen in terms of the drama happening with your sisters in Xscape and you all coming to a resolution? Do you see you all coming back together so that it's not a distraction from you trying to promote this gospel album?
Just that, resolve, us coming back together, understanding that all of us have to be held accountable for the things that we've said and done, and just communicate, in a way where it's not the pointing of the fingers, but if it's something that you have to say, get it off your chest and just keep it moving. Because really, I really like to apologize because the fans don't really need this. It's supposed to be about the music, but it's not that. And when it came down to this reality stuff, I'm a singer. I'm not. This reality thing ain't me. Thought that it was going to be different, but not. But I would love for us to get to a resolve. I've reached out to my sister, everything. So it's not me trying to hide anything or run away from something. It's just, I guess, time.
Right.
Hold that thought, LaTocha. They pushing us into commercial. Hold that thought, y'all. More LaTocha Scott coming up next. Ricky Smiley Morning Show. The one and only LaTocha Scott. Hey, LaTocha. First of all, let me say you have a beautiful voice, and I love that song.
Thank you.
Let everybody know how they can get this record. This is definitely a powerful motivational
It's
song.
on all digital platforms: Apple Music, Spotify, Pandora. Anywhere you want to look, it's there.
All right, y'all. LaTocha Scott, Apple Music,
Make Girl Music.
Spotify. and let everybody know how they can follow you on social media.
At I am LaTocha, and that's LaTocha.
LaTocha.
Yes.
LaTocha, because some old people gonna say Natasha.
I will ask that you guys would pray for my family, pray for me and my sister. That to me, family is everything outside of everything that's going on. I love her, and I just, if y'all can do anything else, since everybody want to judge, pray for us.
There you go. That's a good point. Ladies and gentlemen, y'all give it up and show your love, right? And thank you for coming doing this interview.
Sure.
We really appreciate you. And I thank your husband, bro. Thank you for clearing everything up. We appreciate y'all always. Y'all are always welcome on this morning show. Ladies and gentlemen, y'all give it up for the one and only LaTocha Scott.
Yeah. about that she was with you for 5 years. You cried in front of her and stuff. You tongue kissed and all that stuff. That was very tacky. Her. Can y'all not sue her or do something about it? Because I just thought it was very disrespectful.
We dealing with it from a legal standpoint. So the less I say, the better. You know.
Okay, so y'all suing her?
I have. Yes. Come on, man. Listen.
You need to.
Listen. I'm gonna say this. The other day I got a phone call because I want to address this. I got a phone call from Tasha K. Right? Didn't know I was being recorded. Just talking. She trying to get an interview, and all of a sudden, the whole world is replaying something I said illegally. You know, because I didn't know I was being recorded. And she called because of this female that is saying a bunch of stuff that I've been told to be quiet about until it, plays out in court.
But can y'all understand that when it's 7 people on this reality show, and since day one, I have been attacked on every level. The minute I said I wanted to do music, gospel music, I have been attacked. You've never heard nothing about me. I've been a wife, a mother. I've done my job. I'm in this industry. So now it's coming where the television comes on and everybody's for TV.
Oh, I'm the bully too. I'm a bully. I control my wife. I tell her what
I don't
to
have
do.
a brain. I've been doing this before I got with him.
And Brad, you know me. I know you quiet over there now, but you know.
I know.
Me.
Well, I know you. What you saying?
I'm saying
what
you
you
know
saying?
me. You know.
Y'all got history.
I know what about you. I know what about you.
You know
exactly.
Right.
So tell me what I know about you. What you mean?
You know I ain't the guy to be running around here doing no rah-rah. I would think you would know that. You ain't never seen me doing
what
no rah-rah.
do you expect me to say? I know you, but I don't know you like that. Bro, what you mean?
I'm acknowledging you on here. I'm saying, Brad, you know me, so you know what I'm saying. You ever heard me do some BS out here in the streets?
I don't know you like that. I don't know about your personal life and what y'all do in your personal life.
Yeah.
I don't know about you and no mistress. I don't know about none of that
No,
stuff.
I ain't talking about that.
Okay.
I'm saying, what up, Brad? You know me. I'm your, like.
Oh yeah, I know you from Chi-Town.
Right. Yeah, I wasn't saying it like that. I'm just saying.
I thought you were saying like.
I didn't say you said nothing. What's up? She's trying to. What's up?
That's why
she's Chi-Town too, right?
We from Chi-Town, definitely. Well, Tasha, you know what he's saying because that's your husband, but I didn't understand what he was saying because he said I know him like I had said something bad about him and I haven't.
Oh no, I mean,
so I just want to make sure.
I didn't even hear that type of.
Well, LaTocha, I will say this, honey. I would have did the same thing you did with that dress, babe. When y'all went out on the stage, and honey, you had a different dress than there, son. I would have been
No,
wrong
Gary.
too.
Gary.
Well, yeah. I mean, she didn't get the memo.
I did not.
See there, she didn't get the memo. She didn't know that, so honey, she had to wear what she liked.
I mean, how many times have I dressed differently from my group? Come on.
No,
Come on.
So, LaTocha, do you kind of feel like sometimes you're being bullied inside of this situation? Because
I definitely have felt bullied. I have. This whole show is about me.
Because
you can't even talk about the other girls. And if I was them, I'd be upset. Because not once have they shown anything really about their lives. It's all been predicated on what people have said about me. I just want to sing.
Right.
And I don't understand how I'm under attack. Every time I turn around, it's something. So people are accusing me of things that I don't know nothing about.
But LaTocha, just what I want you to do for me, clear up the money situation. Because when I look at my phone, I see on the internet, that's what people are talking about. The most, because the affair and stuff is just always he say, she say stuff. You live in Atlanta, people just flat out lie or whatever. But clear up, like precisely clear up the issue with the $30,000 in the checks.
I can't clear up nothing I don't know nothing about, Ricky. I can't clear up nothing I don't know nothing about. So I know what I didn't do. I didn't take nobody.
So why is Tamika showing all these receipts and showing? I think it came out yesterday. Why is she showing receipts with people's name on it?
Where my
name?
I'm saying, but where my name at?
It's on there. If you go to YouTube, the last thing she posted something yesterday. Okay. It was your name and I think your husband's name on some sound scan something where she says this was the last time she was gonna talk about it. Sound exchange, yeah, sound scan. That's something else. My bad. Where this the last time she gonna talk about it, but she gonna show receipts. This did happen to her. Mm-hmm. She is not lying. And she, and then Tamika's mama was explaining what she told her to do. Mm-hmm. And then Tamika got her checks and the other checks came to y'all. And Edward Bivens or Edwin Bivens or whoever that is, they're saying that's Rocky's real name. He signed the checks.
That's my name.
What? But I'm saying, boy.
Oh, Tasha just said that wasn't your name.
No, she
I
didn't.
didn't.
No,
I did.
she-
When I said Edward or Edwin,
No,
I said the wrong
everybody
name.
know that, and you just said Brett. I didn't know that, so no, I didn't say
know
what
that.
you said.
No, I said I didn't know that was his name, but you said that ain't his name.
No,
I
she
never
was saying
said that.
they knew that was my name.
I said they knew, and you said.
Oh, and I said I didn't, because I didn't know that was his
No,
name.
that is my name. And Brad,
Okay.
y'all, let me say this. Ricky, Brad, Gary, everybody about this situation. Yeah, it is a family situation, but if we say something or what it is, then it opens up another thing of what it really is. So I think that me personally, I'm going to stay quiet because I'm being accused so that it don't go further. I think it should be dealt with within the family because I can say something.
That's true, but everybody keep talking. Won't
Yeah,
nobody be
but
quiet?
nobody won't talk to me.
Yeah, but
Right,
That's the
she'll say
thing,
something,
like-
but then Tasha, I saw a video with you, and then Candy will say something,
Yeah.
and then she'll say something again, and then know
Right.
it's been back and forth. So
Right, and
nobody's
that's why
really been
I've
quiet
reached
because I
out.
know everybody trying to defend
They're
themselves.
trying to defend. Everybody's trying to defend themselves, but I've reached out. I just wish that my sister will talk to me. How does everybody know? How is it just coming out? How is it because the cameras are out? I'm just finding out something like this that she says happened years and years and years and years ago when she was pregnant with my 10-year-old niece. So now when the television comes on, this is something. How would you feel if somebody all of a sudden just brought something up that you knew nothing about, and now you got the world asking questions? I don't know nothing about no money, no $30,000. I don't know nothing about that. So instead, talk to me. I'm your sister at the end of the day.
So out of all this that's been going on in the media, all this he say, she say,
Never
you
have I
two
ever
have
heard,
never talked.
Never talked about it.
They never discussed it.
Never discussed it. When the television came on is when I found. When y'all watched this, when I found out.
What?
So you holding on to something that I know nothing about, and you trying to tell me that I knew? No.
Yeah, because the best way to resolve, you got to get everybody in the room together.
That's all I'm saying. But why you not talking to me? So
Well,
was
they
it?
said-
Was
they
it
said
for
they was trying to talk to you.
TV? Who is they, Brad? Who?
The girls,
Brett.
your sister and
Brett,
Candy.
let me just
but
say
they
this.
said you change your number all the time, and somebody don't have your number.
Brett, when I had my number, nobody was using it. And then it was the same time. Nobody was using it. I get it. You know, everybody, you got your people that you like. You know what I mean? I get it. But at the end of the day, please listen to all sides. You know, I get it.
No,
Y'all said I
do.
was a very dominant person. I'm dominant because I love what I do. I'm passionate about what I do. So when it comes down to the group, if we're not celebrated with the things that
Tasha,
we've
honestly,
done,
we was all scared of you, Tasha. When we was younger, you was all scared of you.
Brett, you was
We was all
loving on me.
scared of you.
Brett, you was loving on me back
We
in
was
the
all
day.
scared of you.
Brett, you was
Nobody from
loving on
Check.
What?
Hey, Rick, I'm laughing.
No, I'm just saying that's on the sheet for me to ask. I mean, it's an important
Listen,
question.
No, I didn't cash a check, and I'm gonna stick to my mother-in-law's wishes to
Yes.
keep it in the family. You know, she asked me to
Keep the
not
family
be.
together,
Yeah,
not
keep
do this.
It's so much I want to say. I swear they telling me to shut up, but I'm gonna respect my mother-in-law because that woman don't deserve this.
No.
And if I talk, if I say something, it's gonna be bad.
So the answer to the question, you did not cash the check.
I did not cash a check. And that I'm gonna leave it right there.
Scott promoting her gospel album. A lot of people are pointing the blame that Tamika believes that LaTocha is stealing money from her and she wants it back. That's one thing that you don't do. They say you don't mess with somebody's kid, you don't mess with somebody's money, and you don't mess with somebody's family. Well, we tell like between these two sisters, it's all about the money. So the family pictures out the window. So we hope that what's happened will get back together, but we'll tell you later what my thoughts here. You people had a lot to say about both sisters. Hopefully both sisters will come together. We've been hearing on their interviews that they want to come together and make a resolution. Both sisters trying to figure out who's taken away from who. LaTocha trying to plead her case that she didn't steal her sister's money, where Tamika believes that LaTocha and her husband had a lot to do with it. So they had to get to the bottom of it. Thank you all for watching this edition of Vow. Hopefully these two sisters can work it out, but we'll have to wait and see. I've been your host, Kendrick Dick, saying so long. Thank you for watching.